Good afternoon, everybody. It's Andy Roberts here again from distributedresearch.net in my third of this little series of video tutorials about Friendfeed. And I'm not going to go into any theory and stuff this time. I've just got a few short, sharp, practical tips that might help if you haven't come across these sort of things yourself. First of all, just want to show that where I excuse me, frog in the throat. Where I normally use Friendfeed from the web interface, from the website in my browser, you can also use it, if you prefer, from a client application. And the best one out there, really, I think, is Twirl, which is popular for Twitter, alongside Twitterific and others, popular for accessing Twitter. You can have more than one Twitter account, and now you can also configure it to access Friendfeed. I'll show you how in a minute, but first, if you haven't come across Twirl before, here it is on the website at twirl.org, TWHIRL, and you notice they say now, what is Twirl? It runs on both Windows and on Mac OS X, connects to multiple Twitter and Friendfeed accounts. So I'll just show you how. You bring up the Twirl, and by going to the configuration section, by flipping it over to look at the other side, you can see down here under the general configuration where it says open accounts. Click on open accounts, and you've got a choice when opening a new account. Is it a Twitter account or a Friendfeed account? So if you select a Friendfeed account, put your Friendfeed username in there, and then you'll be able to start up a Friendfeed account accessed from Twirl like this, which means lots of information all coming in to a Twirl client. If that's how you'd rather consume it, then there you go, you can do that now. So that's the first point. Cancel. Minimize that, Daniel. Right, my next point was when I was talking about all of the Friendfeed items coming in and becoming potentially social objects because you can talk about them. I stumbled slightly before saying that each item has got its own URL. So I just want to show how, when we're in a discussion or any item at all, here's an item that's a Google Reader shared item. So somebody in their RSS reader, which they happen to use Google Reader, has said, yeah, I want to share this interesting post from wherever it's come and put it back out there. They've attached their Google Reader shared items to Friendfeed, so that's coming in here. So it now becomes an item which I could comment on, and that would allow the discussion to take place in Friendfeed about that Google Reader item. But under More, click on More here and pull down another drop menu. I've got link to this entry. Right, reshare, that's like retweeting in Twitter. That allows you to repost something with the proper attribution, send it back out into Friendfeed again because you've seen something cool in one place and want to send it somewhere else. But link to this entry, by clicking on that, that gives me, up at the top here in the address bar of my browser, I've now got a permalink address to that item or to that discussion. Now if I was in a room, for instance, there might be a really interesting discussion going on, like this one in the social media room, which is asking people whether they like starting conversations or replying to them. If I thought that was a really cool conversation, I could click on More, link to this entry. I've now got that as a social object in its own right, with its own unique URL that I can copy from the address bar of my browser and paste anywhere I want to create a link to exactly that discussion within Friendfeed. It's quite a long one, look. You see? It's not like Twitter where something just bounces back and forth 2 or 3 times. This is threaded discussions that can be extended because it's faster flowing like that. So that's the permalinks tip. Next thing I wanted to show was I have friends who are still on Twitter and sending items there. If I want to reply to them, obviously I can write a comment here and say, yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that link. And look what comes up. A little box, tick that box, also send this comment as an @reply Twitter from me. If I click post, that becomes a comment on the item within Friendfeed, but it also goes back out to Twitter as a tweet from me in reply to that item. So I can stay within Friendfeed and reply to friends who are on Twitter. So that's pretty good. That's item number 3. And the 4th thing I wanted to show you, very easy one, is that rooms now have the ability to change the icon picture. That's all. So here's Darren's Pro Blogger room, and he's now got the nice little helicopter landing pad as his icon for that room. And you can do that with any room if it's a room that you administer. Yep, I've got one here called UK Talk. All you have to do is go to edit room settings, and there it is, change picture, upload a new picture. That's all for today. I'm going to close now and make sure I keep within that 10-minute limit so I can upload it to YouTube. Thanks for listening. This has been Andy Robertson, distributedresearch.net. Bye.